Okay, so I'm here to point out a few things regarding this debate going on right now between ShockofGod and the Amazing Atheist and a few others. Before I start, for the record, none of this makes a difference. Take anything the Amazing Atheist and Shock and I say, throw it in the toilet. This whole debate in the toilet. None of it matters. None of it will change anything. Now I've got that out of the way. Okay, so just so we all know, I'm just all on the same page here. I'm a nobody. When I was 7, I was a Buddhist for 2 minutes. I ignored religion, didn't want to be a part of it, and until probably 2 or 3 years ago, I finalized my being an atheist when my family began going to an alternative rock, cool for kids, I quotate, church. To highlight everyone else, TJ, or the Amazing Atheist, is a guy who posts videos on YouTube, though seldom of them are actually about atheism anymore. I've been avidly watching him since March, I believe, when he posted a video about Justin Bieber. That was March 2010. ShockofGod is an ex-atheist, now turned Christian. In this video, I will highlight why he's a douche, pretentious, conceited, hypocritical, and a hasty generalizer. That's a type of fallacy, by the way, Shock. Okay, in 2 different videos of his, which we will call 2 and 3, simply because these are the amount of times he claims to have internet burned, I quotate TJ, Shock claims that the Amazing Atheist's rhetoric is false, that he didn't answer his question correctly, which is true, though the question, I highlight, it was a command, actually, and you'll see that later. And he then went on to announce that atheists were sneaky in a way of expression that views us in a negative light, akin to rats and car salesmen. In his 3rd video, he states that atheists are fallible and easily converted, then provides evidence that I am here to disprove. The first of these is that atheists are all generally the same person, that he knows what they are thinking, and thus can easily convert them. The funny thing about this is that he says a lot of atheist mindsets and actions that could easily, and are easily, stuck on Christians in the same argument with roles reversed. He does not even leave the open variable that all atheists are different human beings, and that those he converts are the immature 12-year-old mindsets that are atheists for exactly the wrong reasons. Okay, so number 2 is he states that his evidence of Christianity is the Bible. He'll have to do better than that. The Bible is as factual as Flow My Tears, the policeman said, though only the latter is a good read. The Bible is contradictory in many senses, and even more so wrong. The Bible states that being gay is bad and that rape is okay, that the earth is flat, that the sun revolves around our flat crust, and etc. An infinite of fallacies that most have heard of. Of course, a Christian such as Shock's natural reply would be that the Bible is for interpretation. At which point the argument would go now full circle, leads to that the fact and fiction, I quotate fact, are inseparable, and thus there is no evidence to support Christianity within the Bible. The 3rd thing he states is that there is archaeological evidence that proves Christianity in light of atheism. My only retort to this is that we have dinosaur bones aging back millions of years to an age the Bible states the earth did not exist within. Oh yeah, I give TJ credit as well, because I'm sure he has a lot more viewers than me, because this is like the only video I've ever posted, of course. But I do give TJ credit that he said, and this is something I didn't really think of, that the stars point how far away they are from the Earth and what age the light travels within such. The galaxy is so old, much older than a couple thousand years, by the way. Now, I've yet, however, to answer Shock's question, which he says is definitely a big no-no. His question, more so command, I say yet again, is, here it is, quotating, provide evidence that atheism is true and correct. The 2-part answer that I have written down here, beginning with what Shock wants to hear and concluding with the truth, is as follows. What Shock wants to hear is, oh, Shock, I cannot provide evidence that atheism is true, correct. You are so right, and I'm totally going to burn in hell. Or, well, maybe you are too, because you were an atheist once. Or maybe none of us are, because Jesus forgives. LOL, loopholes. I can't provide evidence, and this is the 2nd part, of course. This is the truth. I can't provide evidence that atheism is true or correct. Neither can Shock provide evidence that Christianity is true and correct. The only thing I can do is disprove said verily flawed religion using science. Science is always right, of course, except for in hypothesis, which is never actually factual. It's always a hypothesis, which is the main point. So you can't really take things, and you can't really take human flaw. You have to take the variable of it, and you have to remember that science itself is right, though humans are not. Now, the only thing I can do to disprove said verily. Okay, so take for instance video 3 from Shock Within. He is riding a motorcycle, and you see trees, pavement, grass, sidewalk, and the like. This would be a great example, in fact, for a Christian to say, you know what, God created all of this, and blah blah blah. Of course, though, science created all of this. All of those things, everything, is made up of molecules. Science proved that. We know that that we are made up of molecules. We hopefully Shock went to high school, in which there are textbooks proving man is not made of sand, and women from man's rib. My only answer, Shock of God's rude command, is simply put, there is no evidence that atheism is true and correct. But my retort is, can you provide evidence, Shock of God, proving Christianity in light of science, and for that matter, atheism? No question format. I'm sure Shock will ignore most, if not all, parts of this video, thus taking no further steps to true enlightenment. There are other things I could point out in this video, such as the different types of atheists, something that Shock ignored in his third video about converting atheists, most of which Shock generalizes are one and the same, by the way. However, what I have said is enough, I think, and if the time comes that I must expand upon this, my origin retort to this internet troll war, then so be it. I am nobody, and it's been great.